and stay on the topic of politics. Rishi Sunak yesterday. How did you think he came off in all of this? Because we've been talking about it this morning. I think, actually, it was a bit of a win for Sir Keir Starmer.
I think that's exactly what it was. Rishi Sunak appeared weak at the dispatch box. And it was interesting just imagining how the variety of ways Rishi Sunak could have responded to the charge that Sir Keir Starmer laid on him. Of course, going on Gavin Williamson and the whole scandal surrounding his resignation. It's easy to imagine how Boris Johnson might have stood there at the dispatch box and gone, why is the leader of the opposition talking about someone who's already resigned? This is something that's already a shut case, blah, 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 blah. Instead, Rishi Sunak saw himself on the back foot, almost apologising and then facing that charge of weakness. It was a curious moment where Sir Keir Starmer really had the roars of the Commons behind him and Rishi Sunak very much on the back foot.
Yeah, difficult. What did you make of it all?
He's got to come up with a better line, Tom, too, than every time Starmer goes to him, he throws back, well, you tried to get Jeremy Corbyn into number 10, you were in his shadow. Well, that's worked once or twice, but that's becoming very tired. He's got to have a better line. There's another line of attack he could have done. Don't take lectures from you, mate. You're putting Tom Watson in the House of Lords, a man who's smeared many prominent public figures, falsely alleging they were part of a paedophile ring, which wasn't true, and his apology has been grudging. Why is he going in the House of Lords?
There are so many different arguments that Rishi Sunak could have made from that dispatch box, but he did seem a little bit vacant yesterday. There was a moment, I think it was about the fourth question of Sir Keir Starmer, where Rishi Sunak appeared to not know that it was his turn to speak, to stand up, to fight back. And I think that many people will be raising an eyebrow there. Rishi Sunak, a very slick performer in front of the cameras, but when it comes to the rough and tumble of the Commons and at that dispatch box, he's not that much of a natural parliamentary performer.
And of course, the trouble was in the Commons chamber for him, Tom. A lot of Tory MPs are thinking, why on earth did you bring Gavin Williamson back into the Cabinet in the first place? Sacked twice, once for breaching national security when he was Defence Secretary. That should have sunk his career. Second time he was sacked because he was a useless Education Secretary. Brought back, even though there's bullying allegations against him, he says to the Commons, well, I didn't know the detail. Find out what the detail of the bullying allegations
the tone
are.
of the letter when he accepted his resignation was tone-deaf to the mood of the nation.
Let's not forget from where many of these stories about Gavin Williamson was coming. Of course, the first one, Wendy Morton, former Chief Whip, of course, Tory MP, submitted that complaint. We also saw former Northern Ireland Secretary, former Justice Secretary as well, Brandon Lewis, making less than subtle comments online about bullying. We saw Jake Berry, the former chairman of the party, come out into the media to say that he told Rishi Sunak of these complaints. There are many people on the Tory benches who were upset at the appointment of Gavin Williamson, and perhaps people who might be less than comfortable with Rishi Sunak's governorship of the party.
They're using it, aren't they, as a way to
and it may well be a lever.
I think so.
Thank you very much, Tom, for that analysis. Claire, just